I'm not just any reviewer. I'm Birdman. I'm rocking. Yeah, I finally got around to seeing Birdman. Uh, it's not a widely released film. It's more of an independent film release. I had to go to more of the indie film cinema that's in town, Amherst Cinema. Uh, and I've been meaning to catch this movie for a long time, ever since I heard about it and when it first came out. And I had been hoping that it could possibly come out in Cinemark, but nothing doing. Because we got St. Vincent in Cinemark and stuff like that, and St. Vincent came off as a bit more of, kind of an independent film, but at the same time, there is enough wide name actors to get released. Um, so yeah, I on a whim, went out with a friend last night, and it turns out that our local cinema, Amherst Cinema, was playing Birdman. So I'm like, Birdman, done. Going to see Birdman because I wanted to see this for so long. Since so many actors I love in it, the topic is so relevant. It was just something I've been meaning to see for a while now. So I got in, sat down, got out. The movie was about started at 7. I usually get about the 10 minutes of trailers, and even with an independent film, we got about 10 minutes worth of trailers, give or take. Got down I got about an hour and 50 minutes. My God, I loved this movie so much. This movie was amazing. This movie was so fucking fantastic. It's satire, but it's realism. It's relevant topics to what's going on today. The price of fame. What does it mean to be loved? All that. It's such a wonderful film. Where can I start? Because I hardly have any negative to talk about this week. I hardly, if at all. You know what, I'll say right now. My one, maybe little bit a negative is that um, some of the dialogue was a little off in a few scenes for me. And even then, it made sense why it was off in my head, because it was kind of realistic. And the way it turns that argument would actually that conversation would play out. The conversations I'm talking about take place between Emma Stone and Edward Norton. Those kinds of conversations kind of were the dialogue was kind of off. I saw what her friend, she said it was kind of crappy. At the same time, though, it made sense why it was like that, so it didn't bother me at all. But yeah, that's my only negative I can think of off the top of my head. Going through it, I might be able to think of something else. But no, what's his story? The story is about his name, Michael Keaton, who plays Riggins something or other is his name, and excuse me, and he's basically washed up. Might not be the best terminology, but yeah, kind of washed up. He's a washed up comic book actor. He played Birdman in this universe. And yet it's a universe. It's a world where everyone else still exists. Robert Downey Jr. still exists as Iron Man. Jeremy Renner still as Hawkeye. Woody Harrelson, Hunger Games, all that stuff. So they still exist. So I guess his Batman doesn't exist in this world anymore. Instead, he's Birdman. So I guess Birdman is the replacement for his Batman, but semantics. So he plays this guy. He's washed up. He's trying to reinvent himself on Broadway with a play, and really, it's just him. It's him trying to be relevant. It's trying to have some meaning in his life again, and prove that he wasn't just the one trick. He wasn't just this character of Birdman. He is an actual actor. He's something more. And it's the story of him doing that and all the fucking shit that comes with it, and it's an amazing piece. It's an amazing piece to watch, because particularly the relevance of where it is today. What is the price of fame? Anyone who becomes famous, are they just that character? Can they only be that character, or can they be something more than that? Is there something more to them as an actor than just this role they played? And Michael Keaton, there's been talks about him getting Oscar nominations for this. Absolutely. I can't deny this. The man deserves at very least the nomination for the Oscar. The fact that I don't think it really. I don't think he has a problem with the fact that he's known for Batman. I really don't. But the fact that it's a subject that kind of does hit home for him personally, yeah, you see that on his face. You see the fact that this is where it hits him, where it. He has a few moments of on he has a few moments of real, genuine, just breaking, almost like a mental breakdown. Oh, and he has a mental breakdown later in this film. Um, where you're just like, holy crap, is this the him, or is this the character, or is this Michael Keaton really just fucking ranting and raving into us right now? Holy crap! And the thing about the character, one of the things I liked about this movie is that there's something you don't know about this character, is that throughout the movie he shows he's like has like telekinesis, but at the same time like he can make things move and he can even fly. But at the same time, there's other scenes which transition right into that where it's like, no, maybe this is all in his fucking mind. Because there's one scene where you see in the trailer where he jumps off a fucking building and he starts flying around the city. Then he lands in front of the theater. Only when he walks in the theater, we see the cab driver that obviously drove him there come and get his money for the cab. And we're like, okay, so maybe none of this has been actually happening. Maybe this has been inside his head. But at the very end, the whole movie, you see this in the trailer. He's got basically the Birdman persona talking to him the whole time. And he even says this to his ex-wife, and he's like, I got some voice talks to you. It's kind of comforting, but scary. It's like, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear you say that. Um, but yeah, no, but at the end of the movie, um, he, we see him go out a window. No, we don't see him jump out of a window. We see him go out of a window, and his daughter comes in. He's not in the room, and she goes out the window to see it, make sure he didn't jump or something. Apparently, he didn't jump. We just see her eyes light up like, holy crap, I'm watching this right now. And then this is the one that the only spoilers I'm really gonna put in here. You see this. It scene's actually in the trailer too, where you see her like she's got like this look of joyous realization on her face, and that's where the movie ends. Like, what is she seeing right now? Is she actually flying in front of her? We don't fucking know. I'm inclined to think, holy crap, this man actually did have superpowers. Why the fuck are you just an actor? Um, no, holy crap, some of the monologues he gives is just, it's chillingly heartfelt and so true. He rips into this critic at one point, and she's not a negative per se, but she's one of the things. I didn't like this character because of who she was. I did not like this character because of who she was. She's not a negative because of the film, because it's how her character is supposed to be portrayed. I don't like that kind of person. She is one of those most typical, stuck up, I think I'm better than you. I know what art is fucking critics in the world. And I hate critics like that. What I do right now, what I'm doing right now talking to you, this is not me being a critic. This is talking about a movie I either hate or dislike. But I'm not being a critic about it. I'm being a person talking about whether I like the movie or not. I give a rating that technically makes me a critic, I guess, but at the same time, I'm not saying what is right, what is wrong. I'm not. When I talked about Dumb and Number 2, I was not just ripping into it because I hated the movie because it's the lowest common denominator comedy. No, I calmly stated that I did not like the movie. It was not my taste, but if people do, that's great. And that's what I think critics kind of need to do. They need to play both sides of the coin. This woman is one of the most god-awful people on earth for the job she does. But at the end, she still gives him a positive review because of the shit he pulls on stage, and he pulls off some wonderfully, holy shit, mind-boggled, what the fuck happened shit. And he just rips into her in the very beginning after meeting her, and she's just one of these. I hate people like that who think they are just so much better just because, oh, I get to do this, I get to judge something for a living. Ugh, it's lazy. It was like, go, for all you critics out there who actually do that, go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. Critics who are that stuck up bother the shit out of me. They really do. And I'm glad this woman had to fucking hear her own words on that. I'm glad she really did. So that was a great moment for me. Everyone else, the supporting cast is wonderful in this. Emma Stone plays his daughter. She's been in and out of rehab. She's really great. She's very modernized. She's very kind of cynical. Maybe a little activist, but I'm not sure. She mentions there's problems elsewhere in the world that you never heard of, and what are you doing about it? Nothing. So I guess she's kind of got that kind of. You know what? She's got that. Oh crap! What's the name of the daughter from American Dad? Um, oh crap, whatever. She's the daughter from American Dad. She's very much like that. I'm sure I'm gonna remember the name afterwards. um, she's great. His agent, co-producer, best friend is played by Zach Galifianakis. This was a different type of role for Zach Galifianakis. My God, the guy can actually do decent drama comedy mix. He's not doesn't have to be that goddamn Hangover character. And there's also another one where he's basically they're kind of in the psych ward. I know he's kind of okay. I know he's decent in that, but yeah, Zach Galifianakis was surprisingly really good in this. Edward Norton, I love Edward Norton. Anything he pops in, and he's playing this really prima donna son of a bitch. He's a great actor, but it's always basically he's an asshole who doesn't care about anything but himself. So I mean, first of all, he's just standing there naked, being fitted. He's like, "Why aren't you wearing underwear?" It's like, "I didn't have any clean underwear." Did you meet my husband? He's basically like my 5-year-old son. No clean underwear, doesn't wear it. So he's really great. Naomi Watts was really good, which is she. I mean, I didn't hate her in Saint Vincent. She wasn't bad, but I liked her a lot more in this movie. She was definitely a bit more because she was like dating Edward Norton, and she one of those people who's just glad to be where she is. She's glad to be on Broadway, and I think a lot of people when they get to Broadway kind of forget that they should just be glad to be doing what they're doing, glad to be on Broadway because that's what I think a lot of people try to aspire to. It's a great feeling to be there. I've seen several shows on Broadway myself, so it is a great experience. I'm not a fan of New York myself, but Broadway I enjoy. I mean, would I go to New York just to go to Broadway? Not on my own. I'd like to bring someone along with me so I don't have to just deal with New Yorkers on my own. I don't like going to New York. I'm a full disclosure. I hate going to New York. Um, Amy Ryan was another one in there. She's really good. She was playing an actress in the play who was dating Michael Keaton. Kind of dating. They were banging. And it's all just wonderful satire. It's wonderful truth in kind of what the price of fame really is. It's a great kind of realistic story of it's almost like Michael Keaton's biography a little bit. So Michael Keaton's doing a lot better than how this guy was being portrayed as. But still, because Michael Keaton starring in this movie about this character, Michael Keaton's doing far better than this character apparently is. And Michael Keaton's awesome. Who can't love Michael Keaton? One of the things I found amazing about the story, I heard someone talk about this in a review for this movie earlier, but I wasn't sure about this until going in. There are almost no, excuse me, there are almost no cuts in terms of editing in this movie. There's no editing in terms of cuts at all in this movie, except for like very beginning and very end. That's it. Everything else, the camera never cuts to another. Like, okay, say there's someone in a room and it cuts to someone in another room. Just randomly. There's none of that whatsoever. We never even cut to someone. Okay, here's someone's face. Here's someone's other face. There's another person's face, and then back to this guy's face. No, we never do that. It's all just one. I mean, there's one. It's one singular shot. I mean, there's edits in there, but my God, that had to be the most seamless editing I've ever seen, ever. I don't think I've ever seen a movie do that. That is fucking amazing. It's like they did it all on one goddamn reel of film in one day. Or just except when it's next day they just let the camera on and sped up the film afterwards. It's amazing. I mean that does have the problem of you don't have the sudden transitions all of a sudden. It is a little drawn out because of that. So I guess if there's any other negative besides that little bit of dialogue between Norton and Stone, then yeah, it's that. But yeah, because the film does seem to drag on at certain points, but nothing in a way that affected me. I did not distract my love of this movie at all. I loved this movie. I fucking love this movie. All the acting is phenomenal. Michael Keaton is at least got to be nominated for Best Actor. Norton probably even a Best Supporting Actor. Norton was amazing in this movie as well. Yeah, you know what? This one more thing before I get into the few trailers I can remember because I didn't write the trailers down. I didn't expect to see a movie last night. The music that's going on in there usually, it's perfectly played into the background until we realize, oh my god, wait, this is actually happening in the movie. The background music, because like he walks by, like there's a drum beat going on a lot of times, but he's always walking by a guy who's playing the drums. That's amazing in my mind. Now it's not all in the background. Some of it is just music for like the score of the film, but a lot of time it is people in the background like playing the drum or something like that, and that's amazing. I mean that's clever, combined with the film style of this film, combined with the act. This has got to be up for some awards. It really does. This was an amazing time. I enjoyed myself completely. The first time I saw it, enjoyed it as well. So, yeah, I might as well just give my right now. 10 out of 10. I can't say anything bad about, even the stuff I said bad about this movie, I didn't really find bad about this movie. I can see where someone did, but I didn't find anything bad about this movie for me. This movie, it was an amazing experience. If you can go see Birdman at your local cinemas, not necessarily like mainstream, like Cinemark or Rave or anything like that, like or an AMC technically, go try to find one of your more I wouldn't say independent, but something that plays a bit more like independent films per se, like something that would play like this or Whiplash or something like that. And Whiplash is also that. If they have Whiplash in my theater, I have to go see Whiplash now because I've been wanting to see Whiplash as well. Been hearing amazing things about J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller, so I hear it's an amazing experience. So yeah, Birdman. That's I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I try not to get too many 10s out of 10. All depends on my experience, how well I think the movie was made, all that. It's combined kind of thing. But yeah, 10 out of 10. The only new trailer I can remember getting was actually an animated piece. I believe it's The Legend of Princess Kayuga. Kaguya. Princess Kaguya. It's based off, I think, like a Chinese lore or something like that. It's an interesting animation style. That's for certain. It looks like it's going to be a visually very appealing film. Apparently it's a legend. The girl was born from bamboo, and she grows like bamboo really quickly. And it's detailing apparently a legend dealing with Kaguya, apparently Princess Kaguya. I have no idea what the legend is. It looks almost like you combined water paint with pencil drawing, with obviously some CG for animation's sake. I assume I could be wrong on that. There probably is some computer graphics in there though. Very few films nowadays, even strictly animated, not CG animated, but like paint, pencil and paper animation. Most of that's actually still done in the computer. So I have a feeling this was still done in the computer. I could be wrong, and I'd be pleasantly surprised if I was wrong on that. But yeah, I mean, that's so yeah. There's that. I had another trailer or two, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. So I'm probably gonna remember them immediately after this. So yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for the Hunger Games probably Thursday or Friday. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this review. I enjoyed this movie so much. I recommend it to anyone to see it. Again, 10 out of 10. And you know me, I don't like to give too many 10s out of 10s if I can help it because it detracts the value of a 10 out of 10. But yeah, 10 out of 10, man. Anyone who gets a chance to see it, go see it. So I'll see you for the next one. Thanks for watching.